All right, guys. This is 5 habits that have really helped my life, or for me to help navigate life as of recently and not so recently. So, the number one habit is going to the gym daily. So, I started going to the gym back a couple months ago, um, every single day. And this was after about 6 years of being extremely depressed because I had about 8 orthopedic surgeries and I was in a lot of pain, trying to find my way out. So I got to a point where I was like, I'm either going to have chronic pain or I'm going to work out and have chronic pain. So I chose to start working out again. I mean, originally I thought that it would make things worse, but it's pretty much the same, but better because now I'm going to the gym. And the gym helps so much, and like you have better thoughts when you go to the gym, you feel better, and your confidence goes up. Like to me, I fall apart if I don't have the gym. I think the last 6 years before, pretty much a couple months ago, were probably the most miserable years of my life that I couldn't figure out a way to get out. And now that I'm finally kind of on the other side of that and just starting this journey to grow again, because I felt like I was basically stagnant for a long time, the gym has been amazing. Now, I go every day, but that doesn't mean that I work out super hard every day because I have to listen to my body. And it might not be the most effective way to build muscle or anything, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is the mental part. So if you can go to the gym every day or you can do something active every day, I think it would benefit everybody's life. The number two habit that I've been doing is daily journaling. I've found that writing down my thoughts has helped a lot because it's helped me learn a lot of things about myself, the direction that I'm trying to go in, and it just cleared up a lot of things. I find that like when there's so many thoughts sometimes, so many competing thoughts sometimes in our heads, and so we might have some type of understanding about a certain topic that we're thinking about, but we get distracted and it never gets completely resolved or completely understood or understood on a deeper level that we deserve to understand. So when I journal, it just really helps you focus in on one topic rather than all the competing topics in your head. Um, so I found that very, very helpful in helping me understand like a lot of things that I think are going to help me make good decisions essentially in my life. The number three habit is being careful of the type of content we consume, or trying to balance out the content we consume and the content we create. So what I mean by that is that we all consume different types of content, and we have to, and ask yourself this: is this content that I'm consuming, whether it's social media or YouTube or whatnot, is it helping me learn something, or is it just distracting me from what I should be doing with my life? And you can go even further. So I think we should be paying attention to that. At least be aware that you're addicted to social media or whatever you're watching for entertainment, and it's really just a coping mechanism because it's too uncomfortable to do the actual work that we should be doing. And you can take that even a step further with like, are you consuming content or creating content, and what is the balance there? You know, it's good to learn and consume, but then it's also good to create if you're a creator type. The fourth habit that has really helped me as of pretty recently has been protecting my energy. So I've been feeling very sensitive to people's energy. I've always been a very intuitive person, but I've been very sensitive, and I find that sometimes you have to distance yourself in order to find yourself. So when certain people's energy is around you, sometimes it's hard to think about like what you want to do and what you need to do. It's very distracting, especially when people put their fears and expectations on us. Sometimes that's a sign that we need to step away, not to abandon that person, but to be able to find a space for ourselves, a peaceful space for ourselves, so that we can think, reflect, and move forward. Because that's super important, being able to find space to reflect anyways. But pay attention to the type of people that are in your life. We can still have people in our lives, but it's learning how to set boundaries so that you can have the space that you need to grow. And if somebody is being like sees that you're trying to grow as a person and they're becoming needy, or insecure, fearful, or trying to put expectations on you, then that typically is because when you're growing, people are afraid to lose the person they think you are. And that's something they have to come to terms with. We can let them know that, hey, I lovingly, I love you as a person, but I also, you need to trust me, basically. So learning how to navigate that and finding your own space for yourself is very healthy and healing, and it's not abandoning somebody else. It's just giving yourself space. The last one that is probably the most challenging one, is embracing discomfort. Why is it the most challenging? Because this is where you have the potential to grow the most. I think that when uncomfortable feelings come up, most of us try to run away from them, and we think that's the right thing to do because we think that we're not supposed to be uncomfortable. So we distract ourselves and try to find things that are going to make us feel good. But the problem is that if we can face being uncomfortable, and we can still make the decisions for a better future for ourselves, then that's where the true power and discipline comes into play. Because if we always listen to like our feelings, then we're never going to get anything done. That's the problem. So if you can find strength in overcoming your own emotions and get better on a daily basis at facing them, like for example, like, oh, I don't want to wake up. It's like, but you wake up anyways at a certain time to go to the gym. Or, oh, I don't want to like do the work that I need to do for whatever I need to do, so I'm going to watch TV instead. It's like we have to face these things and overcome them, and that's the key right there. And then they become more manageable over time. It's hardest growth in trying to be disciplined and do things even when you don't feel like doing them is the hardest part, but it's also where you grow the most. You grow in learning to become strong with your own emotions, and then everything else is really a result, because that is the thing that you're going to be constantly overcoming maybe negative thoughts, or like yourself trying to talk yourself out of something. So I think that's the key to, a successful life is emotional mastery, basically. And I've been very uncomfortable as of lately, which I know means that I'm growing as a person, and I'm transitioning, and it's extremely painful sometimes. But I think it's time, it's necessary. It's always time. But all right, guys, if you guys like or found some of these habits or ways of navigating this world interesting, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and leave some comments. Let me know other topics or what you guys think about this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.